Hi everyone, I'm here at the beautiful Tampa airport getting ready to fly to Las Vegas. And a lot of you know if you, that I've lately been focusing on the difference between force versus power and how that ties into like personal coaching and self-development and all the stuff that we do. And there's a chart and it flows in a certain way. And say if you, it stresses that certain states of consciousness have certain levels of energy. And if you're in the lower levels of energy, like anger or fear or resentment, you have to use force to do anything that you need to do. You can't. It's very tiring, I guess is what it could say. You're using your self-will. And when you move up into the higher levels of willingness and hope and all that, you're using power. That's why when you're doing something that you're tapped into your power, even though it should, from the outside you might say that looks tiring, people feel energized. And a lot of this has to do with your states and all this other stuff. So anyway, what this is all about today is I'm putting out a call to everybody to join me to try over this weekend, because again, I get to go to beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada to teach at the National Guild of Hypnotists Solid Gold, which is my honor and it's a privilege to stay in the same feeling I just expressed as gratitude and appreciation and a willingness to realize I don't have the answer, that I need outside help, whether it's help from a higher power, whether it's help from other people, but all change starts with truth, and that's on that chart. If you follow the chart by Dr. Hawkins, he says, courage is the switch point for you move from force into power. And truth or courage has to do with truth. And all change starts with truth. You have to be truthful that you need help, that you can't do it alone, whatever it happens to be, or that you want to change, or that you're willing. And then you move up into the willingness, the honesty, the open-mindedness, and that. So my challenge to myself, and I hope some of you choose to join me, is to try as much as possible this weekend to stay in the attitudes of appreciation, gratitude, and willingness, which gets to not making judgments on the situation. It's just kind of interesting. And it kind of ties in with, I just got a cup of coffee and, and, it was one of those days, you're long lines, you've ever been to the airport, those Starbucks are always crowded, especially in the morning, long line, and right before I get up there, a lady before me, we get up there, and then it's like everything stopped. The lady that was taking the orders had to, I don't know, it was kind of funny. Now, again, what's your state? It's like, well, first of all, I was in a state of gratitude. I actually got to the airport really early today. I have a tendency to want to cut things close, but looking at the schedule, I knew that trying to leave at 11 a.m. is a bad time in the metro area, because you got to be here a couple hours early, and if yada yada yada. But so I got here early. I'm drinking my, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. I always bring food with me, some boiled eggs, some apples, try to eat healthy. And that just made me feel grateful. So I'm standing there in line, and it was funny, the lady in front of me and the lady behind me, I said, damn, this is like being at the bank or the DMV. It seems to go fast till you get to the front, and then everything stops. And so it was pleasant, and I try to stay in that attitude. Because when you're in that attitude, if you're those of you into the law of attraction, part of that is where's your energy level? What are you resonating with in the universe? And if you get to those higher levels, which are hard to maintain for long periods of time, the levels of love and stuff like that, when you're in those levels, people are drawn to you, right? It's like, when you see a really good teacher that loves what they do and they love the teaching, they're magnetic. The students light up around them, And so, to stay in those levels for most humans it takes a little effort. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there to join me on the journey, because the more people that stay in those positive levels of willingness and open-mindedness and happiness and love if you can stay in those levels, it reverberates 1,000-fold throughout the universe, because all you have to do is everything's negative. You know, it seems like society wants us to stay in those lower levels of fear and anger and resentment and you know, jealousy, things like that. So, and part of that is, when you see someone really, really successful, whether it's in their business, whether it's in their personal life or their professional life or in their body, rejoice for them. Hey, it's great, they're in great shape, or hey, their business is kicking ass, or hey, they're driving a Bentley. God love them, isn't that great? And to focus on that, right, and not be in the negative states. So join me on this little journey, if you will. I hope you do. Please, if you like this, wherever you're watching it, please give a thumbs up, click a like, share if possible. Wherever you're watching this, YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, please follow me. Tell other people. It's one of my missions is to spread this kind of information out there to the universe, because again, I've been blessed beyond my wildest dreams, in ways I can't even begin to imagine. And I do know when I stay in those feelings of gratitude and hope and love and willingness, magic happens. So join me on a magical weekend. Have a great day. Again, click like, follow me for more information, and it's drwillhorton.com if you want more information. Have a great day.